Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We are all welcome once again to our Arabic grammar lessons. Inshallah, in this episode, we look at تعدية الفعل بالهمزة والتضعيف. So, as we've already seen the أنواع التضعيف, we've seen basically what is not تضعيف, أنواع الفعل المتعدي. Okay, we've seen the types of al-af'al al-muta'addiyah. And so, in this session, we are going to look at the formation of al-fi'l al-muta'addi. Okay, we are going to look at the formation of that transitive verb. So, there are certain verbs that are lazim, and then you add something to it, then this verb becomes muta'addi. Okay, the verb is originally intransitive. You add something to it, then it becomes transitive. So those two things that are added is what they are going to show us here. The al-hamza and then the at-tad'if. So it says ta'diyatul fi'li, the transitiveness of the verb bil-hamz, with hamza, what tad'if, and also tad'if. We've seen tad'if where we looked at al-fi'l al-mudha'af. So tad'if is when you add shadda or you double the ainul fi'li. You double the middle letter of the verb. So you have a verb like zahaba. When you say dhahaba, you give shadda to the ha, which is the ainul fi'l. You've done tad'if. Basically, you've doubled the ainul fi'l. You've doubled the middle letter. Okay, so it's either you add hamza in front of the verb or you do tad'if of the verb. That is, you double the middle letter. Double here means you give a shadda. Okay, so that is our topic. Ta'diyatul fi'li bil hamza wa tad'if. Transitiveness of the verb with hamza and at-tad'if. It says al-amthila. Says kharaja ar-rajul. So you see that they will give us the verb here, which is intransitive, and then they will give us the transitive format. Then they will form its transitive version. Opposite it. So you have kharaja ar-rajulu, the man went out, or the man has gone out. This you have your fi'l and then you have your fa'il, and the jumla is kamila, is complete. Then the right opposite it you see akhrajtu ar-rajula. Okay, akhrajtu ar-rajula, I made the man go out. Here it is not just fi'l and fa'il. Okay, it is fi'l, fa'il and maf'ulun bihi. Now the verb kharaja, we've added some hamza in front of it, such that this hamza we've added calls for a maf'ulun bihi. It has made the fi'l from lazim to muta'addi. Okay, from kharaja, now we have akhraja. You see, at this portion, I would have preferred, Jazahumullahu khairan, the authors, or Jazahumallahu khairan, may Allah grant them the best of rewards. But then I would have preferred that they would have brought the verb alone and then brought a fa'il that is ismun zahirun, not a damir. Okay, so that we can see the verb clearly, and then we can see the fa'il clearly, and we see the maf'ulun bihi clearly. How? Something like akhraja al-ustadhu at-taliba. Okay, the ustaz has made the student go out. In that case, you see the akhraja verb clearly. But when we put it with a damir, akhrajtu, somebody might not see the verb clearly, and somebody might not see the fa'il clearly. Okay, so that you see that now it is not just the verb and the fa'il and then alone, it is the verb, the fa'il and maf'ulun bihi. So he bring in kharaja ar-rajulu mumtaz, jamil, beautiful. So it should have been akhraja ar-rajulu malan, something like that even. The man has removed money. Okay. So akhrajtu ar-rajula, I made the man go out. So we are in a room and then a man comes out. I will say akhrajtu ar-rajula if I am the one who made him go out. But if he goes out himself, it is kharaja ar-rajulu. Jamil. Say jalasa az-za'iru. Jalasa az-za'iru bimana a guest or a visitor. The visitor sat. أجلست الزائرة. I made the visitor sit. I made him to sit. So now you have أجلس and then the to, which is the fa'il, and then you have the الزائرة, which is the مفعول به. جميل. Now you have ضاع. ضاع الكتاب. The book is lost or is missing. The book is lost, is missing. So ضاع is the فعل and then الكتاب is the fa'il. Then when we come to this aspect, we have أضعت الكتاب. I lost the book. أضعت الكتاب. So you see what I've been saying. If here he had chose to brought the verb alone, the fa'il alone, and then al-kitaba alone, all of them zahir instead of the damir, it would have been clearer. It would have been clearer in this aspect. Imagine from da'a, and then you add the hamza. Is it ada? No, of course it is ada'a. Ada'a. But it's because of the damir that the alif after the dad did not show in the ada'atu. So it should have just brought ada'a ar-rajulu al-kitaba, since it is النحو الواضح. Okay. Now this does not remove much because he has already taken us through a lot of the dynamics of the verbs and all that. So in book 3, he would want us to understand these dynamics. But I was seeing that if he had brought it the asma al-zahira, it would have been mumtaz. It would have been fantastic. Okay. So ada'atul kitaba, the verb here is ada'a. But because it is coming with damir al-raf'u, the verb must end in sukun, and so the alif that comes here cannot stay. If you do not understand this analysis, you let me know. I will go more clearer on it. Ada'atul kitaba, I lost the book. And then it says, Fariha al-waladu bil-ja'izati. The boy got excited with the reward or with the award. It says, Farrahtu al-walada bil-ja'izati. I excited the boy. I amused the boy with the reward. So here, Fariha al-waladu, fi'il fa'il, and then bil-ja'izati jarun wa majrurun muta'alliqun bil-fi'il. Okay. And then we have farrahtu al-walada. Farraha, you see he has done tad'if here. Now it is not adding hamza again. Now the ta'diyah is bit-tad'if. We are adding shadda on the middle letter, which is ra. So farrahtu, it is farraha and then ana. Farrahtu al-walada. I excited the boy. I made the boy excited. Bil-ja'iza, with the reward or with the award. We see sahulatil mas'alatu, the mas'ala, the case, the issue, the matter, the question. All of these are meanings for mas'ala. Okay, the mas'ala, the case or the question or the case study, the issue, the matter, the question has become easy. Sahulat, it has become easy. So here also you have fi'l and fa'il. And then it says sahaltu al-mas'alata. Sahaltu al-mas'alata. I made the question easy. I made the issue easy. I made the case easy. Sahala, now it is somebody making it easy. It is not it getting easy by itself. Okay. So sahaltu fi'l fa'il and then al-mas'alata maf'ulun bihi. We see sa'uba sayru fi tariq. As-sayr, you can say it to be mashi, moving, walking, it's all okay. Moving on the path has become difficult. Sa'uba, it has become difficult. Then it says sa'aba al-mataru as-sayra. Now it is not just the walking that has become difficult or the moving on the path that has become difficult, but then it is the rain that has made movement difficult on the path. It says sa'aba al-mataru. The rain has made difficult as-sayra, movement. So if you are living in places like our place here, Ghana, most of the places in Africa, and even across the world, if you are living at places where the roads are not good and it rains, of course, يصعب السير في مثل هذه الطرق. Okay, so when it says صعب السير في الطريق, صعب في الماضي, and then السير فاعل, في الطريق جار ومجرور شبه جملة متعلق بصعوبة. Okay, متعلق بالسير. عفوا متعلق بالسير. So صعب المطر السير. The rain has made movement difficult. So here you can see the تضعيف. We come back again to the بالهمز, التعدية بالهمز. It says قرأ علي الكتابة. What are we going to see here? Now what we saw before is that you see the فعل فاعل and then the hamza or the تضعيف makes the verb require a مفعول به. Okay. Now when you have a verb that is already متعدي, the verb is already متعدي but it doesn't have the hamza of تعدية and it doesn't have the تضعيف, and now you introduce the تضعيف, what happens? Already the verb was متعدي, it already has a مفعول به, it requires a مفعول به. It requires one مفعول به. When you add the hamza to make it متعدي again, it requires two مفاعيل. When you add the تضعيف, it makes it require two مفاعيل. Let's see it here. قرأ علي الكتابة. Ali read the book. Look at here. أقرأ. The verb is أقرأ. Hamza has been added. Not قرأ but أقرأ. So it says أقرأت عليا الكتابة. أقرأت عليا الكتابة. I made Ali read the book. I made Ali read the book. أقرأ, to make somebody read. Okay. And then we have فهم سعيد الدرس. Sa'id understood the lesson. So fahima already calls for a maf'ulun bihi. When you say fahima Sa'idun, Sa'id understood. Understood what? Ad-darsa, the lesson. Now we have afhamtu Sa'idan ad-darsa. Afhamtu Sa'idan ad-darsa. Okay. Afhama, to make somebody understand. I made Sa'id understand the lesson. So what is happening here? When you look here, we have two maf'ul bihi. Okay. When you come here, same thing, you have two maf'ul bihi. So Aliyan is maf'ul bihi awwal. Al-kitaba is maf'ul bihi thani. Sa'idan maf'ul bihi awwal. Ad-darsa maf'ul bihi thani. So you can tell somebody, you are in class and one student says, Ana la afham dars. I do not understand the lesson. You can tell his colleague, afhimhu dars. Afhimhu ad-dars. Afhimhu is coming from afhama. The command version is afhim. So when I tell you afhimhu darsa, bimana make him understand the lesson. Make him understand the lesson. But if I say ifham dars, it means you understand the lesson. Jamil? Okay. Now we have here rakiba faridun al-farsa. Farid rode the horse. Farid rode the horse. Okay. Arkabtu faridan al-farsa. I made Farid to ride the horse. So me, I'm the fa'il. The two here is the fa'il. This damir is the fa'il. The verb is arkaba. So to make somebody ride. Arkabtu, I made Farid ride the horse. So Farid is the maf'ul bihi awwal, and then al-farasa is the maf'ul bihi thani. Jamil. Okay. Let's look at our last batch, which is the tad'if of what is already muta'addi. We have خاف الرجل الظلم. The man feared injustice. The man feared injustice. And then he comes here, he says خوفت الرجل الظلم. I made the man to be scared of injustice. خوفت الرجل الظلم. I made the man scared of injustice. We have here حفظ الغلام القرآن. The boy memorized the Quran. The fi'l is already muta'addi. All the af'al here are muta'addi already. They require a maf'ul bihi. And then we now have the tad'if here. حفظ. حفظت الغلام القرآن. I made the boy memorize the Quran. So حفظ is the verb. The two is the damir fa'il. أي ضمير الرفع في محل رفع فاعل. And then we have الغلامة which is the مفعول به أول أو مفعول به أول. And then we have القرآن which is the مفعول به ثاني. Okay. Then we come to our last one here, which is حمل الجمل الحطب. حمل, to carry. حمل الجمل الحطب. The camel carried the wood. Okay. Al-hatab is the wood or the firewood, however you want it. Then حملت الجمل. حملت الجمل. You see the verb now is they've made it تضعيف. حمل. When you say حملت الجمل, now you have made it to carry. You have made it to carry. Okay. And then we have حملت الجمل على الحطب, يعني I've placed the firewood on the camel. I've made it to carry the firewood. Jamil. So now the summary of it is that when you have a verb that is intransitive and you add the hamza in front of it, not always though, and you add the hamza in front of it, it makes the verb now require a maf'ulun bihi. It becomes muta'addi. When you have a verb that is already muta'addi and then you add the hamza or the tad'if, already it has a maf'ul bihi. So what it does is that it will call for another maf'ul bihi. The hamza or the tad'if will bring its own maf'ul bihi, making it two maf'ulan yani. Okay. It says here al-bahth, the explanation. It says جميع الأفعال في القسم الأول ثلاثية. All the verbs in the قسم الأول are three-lettered verbs. وهي إما لازمة كما في الأمثلة الستة الأولى. First 6 examples, the verbs are لازمة. That is, they are intransitive. They just require a fa'il to be complete. وإما متعدية لواحد كما في الأمثلة الستة الثانية. So in the second 6 examples, you find that the verbs there are متعدية لمفعول به واحد. Okay. So first 6 examples, the verbs there are لازمة. In the second 6, we came to where the verbs were already متعدية, but then متعدي لمفعول به واحد. They just required one مفعول. Says وإذا تدبرنا أفعال القسم الثاني وجدناها تختلف عن أفعال القسم الأول، إما بزيادة حمزة في أول الفعل، either by adding حمزة بزيادة حمزة في أول الفعل، وإما بتضعيف الحرف الثاني منه, or by doubling the حرف الثاني. Doubling here not means to write it twice, but then giving the middle letter shadda. Okay. فهل أثر ذلك فيها من حيث اللزوم والتعدي? By we adding hamza in front of the verb or doubling the middle letter by adding shadda, has that affected the meaning in terms of it being transitive and in terms of it being intransitive or transitive? Has anything changed? Na'am. Yes, of course. We've all seen what's changed there. Says فالأفعال التي كانت في القسم الأول لازمة, the verbs that were originally لازمة in the first part, صارت بزيادة الحمزة أو التضعيف متعدية لواحد. The verbs that were already لازمة, it doesn't require a مفعول به. When we added the hamza and the تضعيف, it now became متعدية لمفعول به واحد. It's now called for one مفعول به. says والأفعال التي كانت في القسم الأول متعدية لواحد, those that we came to see that they are already متعدية but then their مفعول به is one, صارت بزيادة الحمزة أو التضعيف متعدية لاثنين. It now became متعدية لاثنين. Already it was متعدية لواحد. When we added the hamza or the tad'if, it became متعدية لاثنين. that لمتعدية لمفعول به اثنين أو لمفعولين اثنين. it became متعدية for two مفعول. جميل. It is that simple. Okay. It says in our قاعدة إذا زيد في أول الفعل الثلاثي همزة أو ضعف ثانيه أي زيد التضعيف. That is it. Okay. إذا زيد في أول الفعل الثلاثي همزة أو ضعف ثانيه, if the verb, that is the related verb, hamza is added in front of it, or the second letter, which is the عين الفعل, is made double by adding shadda, تعدى لواحد, it becomes مفعول به, it calls for one مفعول به. إن كان لازما, if it was already فعل لازم, it doesn't require مفعول به. If it didn't require مفعول به and we add hamza in front of it, or we double the middle letter by adding shadda, it becomes now متعدية, it calls for one مفعول به. وتعدى لاثنين إن كان أصله متعديا لواحد, and it becomes متعدي لاثنين if it was originally متعدي لواحد, if it was originally transitive but then its مفعول به is one. Okay, so this is the whole concept of the hamza to ta'diyah and then also the tad'if. So when you see a hamza like akhraja, ajlasa, ada'a, okay, it is called hamza to ta'diyah. Okay, that is its function in the text. Any analysis I did that is complicated, we didn't get it, inshallah, do well to ask and I will do my best to clarify for you, inshallah. May Allah grant us beneficial understanding. Do well to share for others to also benefit. Do well to leave a like, comment, and do well to subscribe if you've not done so. Till we meet again, have a very good time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.